We're covering Double Barrel Gaming. You don't know who they are? They're Xbox fanboys that have a podcast. Everybody has a podcast nowadays. I'm gonna start a podcast, cause why not? All the footage in the background was from my Twitch. Let's get into the video immediately.
Is the fact that the three bigs are going to be there to answer all of our questions, hopefully.
Right.
Phil Spencer is going to be there. He is the head of Microsoft Gaming. We know that, of course, Sarah Bond is president of Xbox.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, we know that all of the gaming studios report to Matt Booty. He handles the games aspect of the division.
Mm-hmm.
I think that this is a brilliant move. I think having all three of them there goes, at least for me, Steele, how important this particular show is. Now, it's not a showcase, it is a podcast. It is going to be pre recorded, obviously. It's not going to be a live show like this.
They're not going to share anything. They think that this Xbox podcast is going to be some unique, magical way to turn around the Xbox brand. Fact of the matter is, the Xbox brand is dead. Phil Spencer knows that nobody cares except for the hardcore. They need to hit a new market to start making some more money and start getting new Game Pass subscribers. The easiest way to do that is to kill the Xbox hardware program and put it on everything. Put the Xbox Game Pass on the PlayStation, the Nintendo Switch, your phone, your fucking fridge. It doesn't matter. They want it everywhere. That is what they're going to do. But they're not going to tell you that until you spend $1,000 on your brand new Xbox and your other Xbox and some games. They want to drain you for every dime before they make that change. Guess what? They're a $1 trillion corporation. They're going to do what they got to do to make money.
But I think having all three of them there does at least frame the picture that they understand that there is a tremendous amount of uncertainty with the Xbox community. Now, I'm going to be frank with you. I don't know what to expect other than I'm hoping clear and a concise direction of what exclusives mean. Are there any sacred cows left for Xbox? Because again, the reports were pretty all over the place. We went from simply Sea of Thieves and Hi-Fi Rush to basically everything in the kitchen sink. Good Gears of
Right.
War, Halo, Indiana Jones. They figured, you know what?
Rumors.
F it. Let's
No.
just put
Rumors.
everything.
The second Xbox agreed immediately to put Call of Duty on every platform, I realized that the Xbox hardware was dead. They agreed almost immediately to do whatever they wanted to just get that deal to go through. It has been made very clear that they wanted King for mobile, not for Xbox. They wanted Activision to boost numbers, not to push consoles. Fact of the matter is, the hardware division is dead. The sooner you accept that, the better you will be.
I don't agree with that, and I don't think I'm ever going to. You're ever going to win me over to agree with that. I think there
Mm-hmm.
are sacred cows, and I'm going to say that once again. If you get bored of it, I apologize. It's the three pillars. It is Gears, it's Halo, and it's Forza. Those are the three pillars that hold the brand up.
Are they though? Because Starfield outsold pretty much any Halo game, like ever, and boosted subscriber numbers way more than Halo Infinite did. And you look at Forza Horizon 5 did not do as well as Xbox was hoping. It did well, don't get me wrong, but it didn't do spectacularly. It was just okay. And you look at Gears of War, Gears 5 was the last game, and nobody is playing Gears 5. I promise you. No one. The new pillars of Microsoft Gaming is Activision, King, and Bethesda. Those are the studios that are now the core of the Xbox and Microsoft Gaming brand.
And I think that right now they're starting to build other pillars that have the potential to be platform defining, meaning that when you think of this game, even though it's available on PC
Mm-hmm.
Steel, that it's an Xbox game.
They don't want you to think of games as an Xbox game. They want you to think of games as, oh, I can get that game on Game Pass for $15 a month. They don't care about the Xbox games. Mark my words, the Xbox hardware will end by 2035, if not sooner, way sooner. And all games will be on Game Pass by at least 2030. Game Pass will be on every system despite PlayStation, whatever. It will be everywhere.
All right, what do I want and what do they need? So I think first off that what I want them to do is to be concise in their messaging. I think the number one thing is, to your point, Boom. Unfortunately, I don't think that there is a universe where any of the games that Xbox releases are going to be seen as Xbox games. The reason for that, they're on PC.
Fundamentally, what all of these podcasts and fanboys just don't understand is that it's a business. Microsoft and Phil Spencer have acknowledged that they've lost the console war. They failed miserably to successfully compete with PlayStation. They've admitted that. Now they're moving on. They're looking towards the future, and they believe that their subscription service is the future. So they don't look at games as, oh, it's an Xbox game. That's our game. They look at it as, that's our game, and it's a Game Pass game. That is the key difference between the PlayStation brand and the Xbox brand. PlayStations are PlayStation games. Xbox is Game Pass games.
They have to find a way, like they did with me. Xbox was very fortunate during my generation, the multiplayer era, that that's what they were good at, right? Sure they had Halo, sure they had Gears, sure they had Forza, and all those games played, felt, and were some of the or are I should say the greatest games that I have even played, top 10 type. Um, but the main thing that has always kept me to Xbox and why I will always have a heart for that ecosystem is the services side of everything. They introduced me to party chats. They introduced me to how I can keep my saves moving forward and not have to think about that. It not be taken as I don't have to consider those things. It just works. Where I go to other ecosystems and I look at them and I'm within them and I'm like, why doesn't it have these things? I start looking at other things very weird and side-eyed. And it's like, this feels kind of off-brand, almost, for lack of a better way to put it. Maybe this feels a couple generations behind or third worldish in some ways, right? Where I don't know if they're with the time. You said this is Sony. I don't know, man.
I'm just going to name a couple of things that shuts down this argument completely. Off brand Sony, sure. Trophies are better than Xbox's achievements. Online service is better than Xbox's online service. Party chats work better than Xbox's party chats. More adaptability to the things that you can use on your system, like headsets and all that good stuff. Xbox is behind and will continue to be behind hardware wise because they're focused on Game Pass, Game Pass, Game Pass, and Game Pass. Everything they do is to boost Game Pass. Everything they breathe is to do with Game Pass. Everything they talk about is Game Pass. Game Pass is simply the future. They will do absolutely anything to get Game Pass onto the PlayStation. They will sell out everything the Xbox brand has built to get Game Pass onto the PlayStation. It is the future of the Microsoft gaming brand. Phil Spencer has said that and continues to say that.
Um, and I think that's the main thing that they need to find out what is their messaging now. Uh, I do think that Phil's going to end up coming out and establishing that Game Pass is the platform now. It's not just Xbox anymore. I think that might be part of the heart crushing news that we get. Um, I hope that's not the case. I hope that Xbox moves forward. But we're seeing labeling being taken away and we're seeing other adjustments be made that really kind of make me feel weird about it as far as that goes for sure, because I don't want to see the Xbox branding go away, right? I still want that to be on the hardware. I don't want to see Microsoft Game Pass hardware on. That just doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't sound good.
Ignoring that last sentence, which was completely idiotic and maybe one of the dumbest fucking things I have ever heard, the simple fact is that that Xbox brand is dead. Xbox brand is the problem. Calling it Xbox Game Pass is simply the problem. If you just call it Game Pass, put it on the PlayStation, everyone will get it because it's a very good deal. But the Xbox brand is seen as a pretty pitiful thing, and not a lot of people want to support Microsoft and the Xbox.
Like
Mm-hmm.
you and I understand what exclusivity is, because
Right.
well, we're dinosaurs, and we have been
Yeah.
taught to understand that box A plays
Exactly.
games 1, 2,
Mhm.
and 3. Box B plays games 4, 5, and 6.
The simple fact is that's going to be a thing. You just admitted the exact way that this is going to be. It's going to be Nintendo, which plays for family games, and it's going to be Nintendo, and you're going to have Sony, who does Sony. And then you're going to have Game Pass. You're not going to have Xbox, you're going to have Game Pass. The brand is going to be Game Pass. That is the future of Microsoft. So you're right. For once in your life, you are right. It's going to be A, B, and Game Pass. Now I'm going to leave it there. However, I do want to say one more thing. I'm not a coward. I am completely open to joining this podcast and speaking my mind if they want to hear some criticism. I'm completely open to the idea, and I'm not going to just sit behind a camera and talk nonsense. I'll say it to your face as well. So if you want me on the podcast, I will gladly join. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. I don't think they'll take me up on that offer, obviously, because nobody likes criticism, but hey, it is what it is. Thanks for the support, and if you want to see me live on Twitch, link in the description. Thank you.
I can't give it tonight, and I was your best friend.